Hey everybody. So today I want to talk about something a little bit like kind of different, a little bit out of left field, I guess. Um, as you might be able to tell, you might be able to hear to my voice, I have a little bit of a cold. Um, but I wanted to talk today about something that's kind of new to me. So I want to talk about this specifically. This is not a book review per se, because I just finished this version of the Bible, the New Testament, and I've always been um, interested in religion academically, but it's not something that I have. Um, it's not something I've never like subscribed to any particular religion. Um, I've studied different ones here and there. I've read the Bible all the way through in the past just to say that I did it. But I didn't read it for, you know, um, I didn't read it to really get anything out of it. I read it just to read it, just academically, like wanted to read it for, my own education. Um, and this particular Bible is one that I have carried around with me since I was a child. Um, I've had it. I think I might have taken it to college with me. It's been through all my I've had Caesar. Good video bomb there, Caesar. And I was given it by a friend of my mom's when I was a little girl, and she was a very cool lady. I would occasionally spend, like, her niece would come and stay with her, who was my age, and I would when her niece came to stay, I would stay at her house and play with her niece and I don't remember specifically her giving me this Bible, but I do remember that it came from her and that she did give it to me for some reason. I don't know why, because I didn't grow up, we're not a religious family, and I don't remember why she gave it to me. Or even, I don't even have a memory of her giving it to me, but I know it came from her. And she ended up dying rather tragically. Excuse me, Caesar. When her daughter was quite young. She had a daughter as well who was quite a bit younger than I was. Okay, you're being obnoxious today. And it was one of those things where her family had been sick, and then she got sick, and she thought she just had the flu like her family did, and it turned out to be something much, much worse, and she died within, I think, a couple of days of getting ill. And so for some reason I've just had this Bible with me, and I've just kind of always carried it, but I've never read it. And so I finally decided to read it, and I wanted to read it not just for education, but because I feel like I want to have, explore more of a relationship with Christianity and God, and I'm kind of in the process of finding a church to go to. I have a lot of friends that frequent different churches in the area, and so I just wanted to share that, because fitness isn't just about physical fitness. It's also about mental fitness, and part of mental fitness is also it's also having a faith-based system, and that's something that I've never really had. I've always been very science oriented, and what I see is what's real, and there's nothing aside from that. And I did consider myself atheist for some time, and I was like spiritual but not religious. I was one of those people. But I'm exploring it more, not just academically, but also for myself, um, and my own uh, and my family's well-being. So anyway, I just wanted to share that because this particular, I mean, as I was reading it, it's so old at this point. As I was reading it, it split apart, and broke, and I had to tape it back together. Um, but it's a nice little version, very easy to understand. Has little like drawings in it and pictures and so anyway, I enjoyed it, and I'll probably end up giving it to my son at some point. And I think what really made me do it was he started asking questions. So I was like, you know what, I want to know more about this for myself, not just mentally, but also emotionally. So anyway, that's, I just kind of want to share that. And I hope that, you kind of take something out of this, even if your religion isn't Christianity. I've always felt that they are, in my studies of the different religions, different ways to the same place, essentially. And so they all are yeah, a little more contemplative, I guess. I'm having a hard time getting my thoughts out on this one, but I enjoyed reading it, and I'm going to continue and continue on this, kind of continue on this journey. So anyway, and I'll update every so often on how things are going with it. If you want to hear about it. If you don't, that's fine too. Ooh, where did my thing go? And anyway, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, share it, and subscribe. And I will see you all tomorrow with a Farm Friday. Bye.